Hello, Meg. That was short. I've literally pressed go live. My goodness, that's enthusiasm. Thanks so much, Meg. Really appreciate that. Are you finding me all right? Are you just getting a notification? Because I think you were on when I was explaining before. I have to put up the schedule time. It's different to this actual page that I open, but it's working for me and you all seem to be getting here. So hope it's not too confusing. But as I say, I think Mo Bang said that he just gets notification that I've started the live. So that's what he clicks on. How are you doing today, Meg? It's nice to see you here. Let me know how you're doing, what's going on in your world. What time is there? You're behind me, aren't you? So you must be morning. You're still morning. And I'm 5:30 p.m. So let me know how you're doing there. I've only got tiny little bit of chat space. I've been messing around again, so whereas the chat space is normally quite big, it's like so I have to pause a little bit to see if there's any more comments. 10:30 a.m. Cool, very good. Okay, so I start as usual with my mood cards. What mood do you think I'm today? Meg's doing well, working like normal. You work normally, that's good news, Meg. Let's see, what mood shall we have today? Not that. Oh, that one. This is me. So today, this is the one Blue said should have gone up on the last Wednesday one. Because I only do this now on the Wednesdays because, as you know, the Monday live is the P Brain show. So let's put that one up. Now, see that? Yes, you can see that over there. Love it. That's a good one for today. And I'm happy, and I'm wearing my Cyprus top. I love Cyprus. So I've got the right top on today as well. It's summer here, it's sunny. I've actually been out doing a little bit more gardening. Can you believe I've been raking up the grass and all the cuttings. So then we put that, we make compost out of that. So they're pretty cool. Those compost areas got a load more to do, but made a good start. It's got a little bit windy this afternoon, so by the way, if you see any bits of tree and grass in my hair, it's because of the wind. So I couldn't do it, but probably a good idea to do little and often. So still reading the same book. I will show you what I'm reading. I've got a bit further. I actually been reading a little bit more today. So we're still on this one, The Girl Who Picked the Hornet's Nest, which is the third book of the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series. Spoke about this series before. As I say, it's a little bit confusing because all the Swedish names, and I don't know if they're female or male names, so it takes a while to figure it out. Yeah, I wish I could send things. I wish I could afford to, Meg, because someone gave me 2 sets of it, so I would have just posted them, but I'm really sorry, but I can't afford postage, or else I would have sent you the whole set of them. So I've got 2 sets, so I'll probably keep the better set. As I say, the Swedish name's very confusing, takes a while to figure it out. And some of the names, hello there, how's Florida? Nice of you to join me. Thanks very much. I actually watched one of your videos this afternoon. Hi, Twinbrook Acres. How you doing, guys? Nice to see you here. That's lovely. Yes, and some of the names are, I say similar. Remember, I have a brain condition. They probably just start with the same few letters. So my name's Dawn. Or if you're in Cyprus, Avi. That's how you say my name in Cyprus, Evie. Yeah, so as I say, the names are a bit similar, and I was reading the last book and I thought I was reading about the same person. I realised, oh no, the name's different. Because when you can't read a spelling of something like a foreign name, let's say, you tend to just breeze over it, don't you, unless you're reading out loud. So, yeah, a little bit confusing, but I'm into it. I'm getting there, and they keep bringing in more and more people. So it's not hard going, I wouldn't say that. It's just I've got to concentrate on it. Hence why this is probably one of the slowest books I've ever read. But it's good. It's very good. It's very interesting. I just write your channels down when you come on, because I have to make sure that I prioritise those who spend time on my channel. So just making sure. So expect a visit from me real soon. As I say, I've just had a dip into Florida. And I see Meg's got more content now. Well done, Meg, you're doing great. Oh, hearts to you too. Now I always show how I'm doing with whatever craft I'm working on, and I haven't done much more, but I did start again the other day because I've had to stop because of my hand problem. But I was determined to get there. Even I only did a little bit more, but I did some more of the path. So that's how that's going. So I've still got a bit more path to do, as you can see. And I'm not sure how far over here where my fingers are that I'm going to go, because this is the edge of the picture. It's going in a frame. That's what the pins are. It's a sort of oval shaped frame. So I've put the pins there so I know how far to go. And I've finally gone back to all my lives where I've been showing the progress of this and taken snapshots from the live, so I can actually put a video together of making it stage by stage. I don't think I had the very beginning of making it, but if you don't know, if you've not been following all the lives, it's not a picture I'm copying. I've taken little bits of pictures from different things. I've had to resize a lot of them. I still think that birdhouse is a bit too big, so I'm going to maybe do some growth over it just to sort of take your eye off the size of that. The bit I did before while I was doing the path was this water pump here, and I just want to sort of blend that in a little bit more, and that picket fence behind. So I've got to play around with it a little bit more yet, so it's a bit more slower going. And I did talk on my last live about another one I'd been doing but had to stop because I can't get the grey shade anymore. So I couldn't show you that at the time, didn't have it to hand. But this is a bag. It was a giveaway at like a sort of fake thing, a fair, and you could it had the advertising of some such nonsense on it, a company, and I didn't want the company, but I wanted the bag. So what I've done is over the top, I've done Fred Flintstone and Wilma. It was actually a knitting pattern, and I don't know if you can see the squares. I actually photocopied it onto square paper, and that gives me the size of the cross stitch. So where you can still see the squares by Fred's head on this side over here, I need some more of this light grey here, but I'm not allowed in any shops or anything, so I can't go. I've got to take the bag with me. I haven't got the number, so I can't even tell you guys what the number is. It's just a really light grey. And I've just got a little bit more to do by him, and a bit down the bottom by his arm, and I've got to finish off Wilma's necklace and her hand and her lips. So there's a few bits more to do. But as I say, I had to stop. And then this paper I'm doing, as you can see, the grey up here. It's best to do a border if you use paper, and then it does come out as you do it. If there's any bits inside, you can just hook it out, but mostly it comes out as you do it anyway. And it's a bag. I'm not going to wash it that often anyway. If you did wash it, it would just come out the paper if there was any left, so that's to probably hand wash it. first of all. So yeah, quite pleased with that. It's made use of a bag I wouldn't have used because it had a company advertising on it that I wasn't wanting to advertise, but it's a bag. So go and look in like your charity shops and salvage shops, whatever you call them, and see if you can find some of these sort of giveaway type bags, and then you can put your own cross stitch design on them. Twin Brookacre said, very nice. My wife used to do things like that. I'm not really a craft person. I like to try, and I showed on Monday how I make paper baskets. So go back and look at that. I can only do really simple things. Yabba dabba do. Yeah, I only do like really simple crafts. Cross stitch, I'm okay. I'm still not any good at really counting and working it all out. I'm not a craft type person. I did do very basic knitting. When I used to knit, I never bought wool. I used to go to like charity shops and find old jumpers and unpick them all and use that sort of wool. So I do a few bits. I want to get, I've said before, into quilling, which is where you cut strips of paper and make pictures and things out of that. I'd like to talk about that. Meg says beautiful. Florida says lovely. As I say, I've only got a little tiny bit of the chat because I've been messing about, so I have to keep going up and down. Saying hi to each other. That's really nice. So that was that. What else have I been doing? I've got, oh, there's no front page of it, but I've got my grandma, I call that nanny, my nanny, my mum's mum. I've got her autobiography she hand wrote, and I'm actually reading it and putting it on my other channel. My other channel's linked in the description below. It's Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty. And I'm going to be posting the first one. I've made it into very small segments, so it's not too long to listen to. Okay, Meg, thanks. I've made it into very small chunks, and I've put photos up of my nan while I'm reading the story, and I've just recorded the first one of that. I've also got photocopy of it's a book about my dad's side of the family. I don't know where it goes back to, the 1800s, I believe. And somebody made for all the family information right back of the family. Now, because it was before you had all these ancestry sites and all that, they do say they've looked up the name and they hope it's all correct, but not necessarily. And right at the very end of the book, it's when my dad comes into being. And here's a picture of, this is my other nan. This isn't the autobiography one. This is my dad's mum. And I have to take it around so I can see. Yeah, my dad's brother who died is in the middle. That's my dad. And my dad had a twin brother. And that's my dad's twin brother. So I've got a little bit on my dad's side, a little book. This is only thin, it's not a book, it's just a few printed out pages. But as I say, my nan's one's quite thick, and I've got photos and things to go with that. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, hey there, I'm guessing it's Shelley. Hi there, nice to see you. How are you doing? So yeah, that's something that's going on my channel, the one of my mum's mum, just reading little autobiography bits of that, and it's a whole story and it's really good. I really like it. And there's actually what was I going to say, there's actually in the story she mentions something that I've got, and you'll see. So that will be up next Wednesday, because all my channels I post something on Wednesday, and then this channel I also do another post Friday or Saturday. But I'm also, as I've got a lot of content right now with all the gardening, sometimes I throw another one in, say Monday occasionally. I'm good. I'm doing much better. We've got the happy logo up today. I'm doing lots of small bits of gardening now. So shall we start with our jokes, guys? I know you like the jokes. So we'll start with some jokes today. Grandpa, can you make animal noises? Sure. What would you like me to do? Can you do a frog? Croak, croak, croak. Yippee! Dad's going to take me to Disneyland. Why did you say that? Dad said, if you can croak, we can afford to go to Disneyland. Definition of awkward. When you say goodbye to someone and then they walk off in exactly the same direction as you. We've all done that, I'm sure, particularly if it's someone you don't know very well. You go, oh, bye, bye, and then you both start walking off together. That's pretty funny. When washing my car, my neighbour said, are you washing your car? No, I said, just watering it to see if it will grow into a bus. Oh dear. Don't forget to check out my Wednesday live because there's more jokes and silliness in that. Sorry, it is Wednesday. Don't forget to check out my Monday live because there's more silliness in that one. Only when you're in math lessons is when you say Mary buys 68 watermelons and no one questioned it. Oh dear. Oh. It's been proven that people who have more birthdays live longer. Oh dear. Oh yeah, we're getting some positive laughs going on. They say all you need is love, but I think oxygen is more important. Just have some water and then I'll give you some more. I get myself overexcited. I hate to tell you this, said the doctor, but I have discovered you have a highly contagious disease. You will only be able to eat bacon and slices of cheese and keep away from everyone. What sort of a diet is that? I've never heard of it, said the man. Only bacon and slices of cheese? It's not exactly a diet, said the doctor. It's just that's the only food I can think of right now that will slide under a door. Wife says, you hate my relatives. Husband said, no, I don't. In fact, I like your mother-in-law more than I like mine. It's one to think about. Oh, funny, funny. I'm guessing that's Rick, is it? Is it Rick watching? Sounds like an awesome diet. For sure. A man was in court. He was in court because his wife was missing and he was the chief suspect due to a huge row that had been witnessed between them just before she went missing. He was suspected of killing her and disposing of her body with no real alibi. The man's lawyer spoke. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I have some thrilling news. If you look to the rear doors of the courtroom, you will see the supposedly dead wife enter now. They all turned to look, but nothing happened. The lawyer again spoke. From the fact that you all turned to look, it is quite obvious that you are not sure, beyond the shadow of doubt, that the woman is indeed actually dead and that my client is guilty of murder. But the jury, however, decided the man was guilty. Why? Well, because when they all turned to see if the woman walked in, one person didn't turn to look, the husband. That's quite a good one, that one. You'd think that would be in a TV programme. Okay, last joke of this section. Question: why is it that people in horror films always say hello, as if a killer's going to say, I'm in the kitchen, do you want a sandwich? You saw that one coming. Yeah. See if you got the one that was coming on my last live about the monks. That was quite good. Yeah, what about the monks? Let's see. I've talked about some of the videos I've got coming up. I've actually got one posting, and we had a black whip snake in our swimming pool, adult one, full size. What would you say, Mike? 2 meters, would you say? 2 meters. They're not poisonous, but they're not good to bite you. Now, they're actually called the farmer's friends, and you don't destroy them or do anything because they get rid of any vermin or anything like that. They eat all the slugs and things like that. So, but obviously in the swimming pool, we had to get out. And what it is, our swimming pool at the moment is only about this deep because we were emptying it out the end of the season last year. And then we had, you might have seen my video on toads and frogs mating together, toads with frogs. If you haven't seen that, check that out. It's not too many back. So just check that out and have a look. And obviously we've got tadpoles in there, and I don't want to get rid of those. So obviously the water's now quite murky and disgusting. But the snake was in there, so he couldn't have got out again. So you'll see what happened, how we got it out. We haven't got a grabber, and I explain in the video, they don't make them here. And if we buy one from, I know you can get them in America. I'm assuming Oz. I've never seen anyone in Oz use one. If we order from either of those, we have to pay very high import duty. So, and they're not cheap from what I've seen. So, yeah, you'll see how we got it out. Normally we use the fishing pool net, but this one's so heavy and big. Bit of an issue with that one. So I've also included in that video of the black whip the tadpoles, and I've filmed, I think there's 3 stages of them in that, and I will update you on those, how they're doing. There's quite a lot of them in the pool, and they're quite big now, and they've just started to get the little back legs. I haven't filmed with the back legs, I need to go and do that. So check that one out. That's quite a good one. That really is everyday life in Cyprus. If you want to see what snakes there are here and if there's poison ones and what they are, again, look at the link below for my other channel, because most of my snakes, I've covered every snake in that. It's got a playlist on that channel. I think it actually says snakes. I think that's a playlist that says snakes. You just look, I'll tell you if it says it's snakes or animals or whatever it says. I do have to write my playlist down because I forget what they're called sometimes. Let me see. And as I say, I think there's one snake I haven't done yet, but all the other snakes are on there. Hobbies and crafts, animals, it'll be in there. Animals, the playlist is animals. I've got flowers and plants, sound effects, all my long haul holidays I've been putting on there, because the other channel is anything that I don't want to put on this main channel. So it's anything I want to just keep bits of filming. I'm actually got old discs and old tapes and old videos, and I'm slowly trying to convert them all onto here, make them into films and put them on the other YouTube channel. So I've got things. I've got my Yorkshire Terrier pups. They've got their whole playlist, and one actually performed professionally. So I'm going to get up to that, and they have puppies of their own. A whole series of those. There are some frugal living things there. As I say, there's my old photos, rescue films, things about herbs, teas, using natural organic produce for cleaning, Airbnb. There's, say, there's weather series. So I've got rainbows, sunsets, clouds, all those kinds of things. So yeah, quite a lot there. So do check out the other channel if you don't know of that one yet. What else? Updating you. Oh, the cats. We've still got Kit. Kit arrived a little while ago. Kit seems to be living here now. PJ arrives now and then. Doesn't seem to live here, but he pops in and pops out. He does his own thing. Still got Pebbles and Fossil, our two cats, and Mr. Colin Waffles, who everyone likes because he's a scatterbrain. But he's actually looking after Kit and training Kit. Kit's the fluffy one. And you'll see Kit in the snake video, and the snakes in the pool. It was actually Kit that alerted me to there was something in the pool. So yeah, cats are good to have. You need cats. What else has been going on? As I say, I'm back to gardening, little bits now, slowly. Been doing lots of transplanting from the indoor growing. So I've now put out the peppers I planted out in the old bath outside. So I've got a whole bath full of peppers growing. What else have I transplanted out recently? I planted into bigger pots. That's mostly my transplants I've been doing. I've been doing my aubergines, or eggplants, as a lot of people call them. Been doing those. I've got quite a lot of those this year. Planted out kohlrabi. I need to go down recovering from terrible dirt. Oh dear, all the best to you, my friend. About 2 hours longest season. Well, good for you. Good for you. Take it slowly. All the best to you. And speedy recovery. Thank you for coming then. Thank you so much. And look out for me popping on your channel real soon. I'll be there. So yeah, eggplants, aubergines, the cucumbers that have just gone up in the year 2 video that I've just planted of the indoor, posted of the indoor garden. They've now got big flowers on, and I've planted all bar one out. There was one in a small butter dish. I use the plastic containers that butter comes in. They're great because they've got enough depth for you not to have to transplant out too quickly. They keep the moisture in. I haven't used butter dishes before. This was the first year I thought to use those. So they're all planted out now, and I've got all my little stakes in. The snake beans, only one survived because I couldn't get out and deal with those, and they were in a big tub. But I put loads of poles round ready for those bamboos that we grow bamboo on our land. Very handy for many projects. Hello, Pure Pondering. How are you? This is one of my newer friends. How are you doing? You're at the office. It's amazing, really, how many people work and do YouTube. Oh dear. Yeah, so I've planted the cucumbers in there, and I also had a great big black container, and I've put the rest in there in pet food bags, but the great big pet food bags. That's something, if you've got access to pet food bags, they're great for growing in. They really are, and they keep everything moist. Hello, Della. How are you, my friend? Hope you're all hitting that thumbs up as you come in. Oh, it looks like it. Very good. Just update on my growing. don't forget, when you see my videos, all my growing are in different videos. The land's too big to show everything like an update. So I do separate videos on the indoor growing. Obviously, that's going to come to an end soon for the season. Doing okay, my awesome friend. Oh, you're my awesome friend. Twin. So I've got the indoor garden. I do a separate video update on my hugelkultur bed. My goodness, that's coming up. You wait till you see what's going there. With no attention all the time I was ill. So we're talking a few months. No watering, no weeding, no touching it, not even going down there. And I've been going back down there now to see what's happening. Got my first actual zucchini. Some of it was seeded. I seeded stuff, and some was transplanted just before I was ill from the indoor garden. But you'll see, I think it's a good video to show if you make the hugelkultur beds the way I do them, which I've got a video on this channel. It really was a good show of how they actually work. So I do separate videos on the raised bed, separate video on, I call it my veg area, well they're all veg areas, but it was one of my first areas I grew vegetables here, and it's like a little like stone edging, and that's where the baths are, and there's a couple of horseshoes beds, so I call that the veg patch area. I've got the apple orchard, that's been in blossom and really green leaves. There's what, 5 mini apple trees. I'm keeping everything small there. There's a pomegranate, there's a lemon there. I've got other lemon trees, but there's a lemon there. I've got other pomegranates, but this is in the apple orchard. A mini fig tree. I'm keeping everything small, so probably I don't want them higher than my shoulder, and that's going to be a nice area. And just beyond that area is where the irrigation tank is, and it's leaking because we've got to fix it. I've talked about this in a video. You can get special paint where you actually go inside it with the water and you can paint it on, but I've got to save up for that. But where it was leaking, I didn't want to waste any leakage, so I made a bed there last year with onions and peppers and tomatoes, just what's left over. And then I just say other areas as well, any other areas, because I've got some random areas. I've got fruit forest growing that area. Obviously, that's fruit trees. That's just above the hugel area. Obviously, I've got all the olive trees. They're random all around the garden, but we've got an upper Angela olive grove as well, but also other olive trees around. I need to make a video on all the pine trees. We've got lots of different types. So if anyone's interested in different types of pine trees, as I say, we've got other trees, got quince trees, quite a lot of mandarin trees. I've got grapevines. I've grown new grapevines as well, as the ones that I've shown recently. So yeah, lots of growing areas. So you won't ever get with me a tour of what I'm growing all in one video. So they're all separate playlists or within the other ones. So yeah, there's quite a lot going on growing. The tomatoes have all got the little tiny starter green tomatoes on. I started growing those in December. So that gives you an idea. We are now in the start of our summer. Our winter is January, December, January, very beginning of Feb. But then we have a quick spring when you see all my wildflowers, and then it's suddenly hot. It's the same as winter. We don't have much of an autumn. We see some leaves going, but we don't get that full autumn of changeover. And then we go from, oh, it's quite pleasant, to it's suddenly winter. And we get the other way round for the spring, summer as well. What else have I been doing? Oh, obviously, as I'm finishing the indoor garden, indoor growing, I'm all the pots and containers, and I use the plastic takeaway boxes with the lid. That's my best growing for germinating early. We don't have heating in the house, in case everyone thinks I've got a heated growing area. we just have sun. And in the winter, in another room, we have a real log fire, but that doesn't go out to where the indoor growing is. You don't get warmth for that at all. So all these early germination things are purely because they're in plastic and got lids and things in. And obviously now, as I'm transplanting those out and packing everything up, and where do I store all these? You've seen I've got these great big water bottles, you know what you have on those dispensers in offices and that. And some of them I cut and use as top, as a cover, like a cloche. And this year I've done much more of where you cut round halfway down them. Don't cut completely through, but have it so you have a lid. And I grow a lot in those, but I've really gone to town on that this year. So where do I keep all these things? That's the trouble with them. Well, if you've seen the old chicken coop in my videos, it's rusty, it's horrible. I don't like getting rid of things that were original here, and also you'd have to, I suppose, angle grind it to get all off because it's all metal into concrete base. And I like it, but it's a bit of an eyesore. So that's where I'm keeping all these pots and containers and water bottles and all that. They go in there. And then round the side of it is where we're doing the chillax garden. You have to look at my project videos to see about that. We're just starting to really get on with that. The garden bit, the growing, I've planted some oleanders that I've grown from little tiny cuttings that I made from my other oleanders, and I've planted, it's a trumpet vine, and I'm making it grow all up the rusty side, because you've got the chicken coop here, my house is me, and the doors to it is towards me, and then this side of it is where I've got this planting I'm talking about. So to cover the rust and the roof that's rust, I'm growing this trumpet vine up and round there with the oleanders. And then that's where I was growing another area of wildflowers. And then next to that here is a big patio we're making with the slabs that we salvage for free. And that's where you've got the really good one lot of our really good views. So when we have people come and stay here, it's a patio they can sit, look at the flowers and chill out there and see the views, and you see all the sheep and the goats go by. Hi there, digging for health. Oh, lovely. That's all we need, just a hello and a hit of the thumbs up. That's great. And you know what I do, don't you? I write down your name and I make sure you're the next channels that I come and watch when I have time. So, yeah, great community spirit. Thank you for popping in. Yeah, so that's a project. But just prior to finishing the patio bit there. I'm so sweet. Oh, you're sweet. You know I'm always on your channel. Love your videos. Prior to doing that, do go back and look at where it says salvaging slabs or patio paving or something. There's a few of those. There's one where Mike's borrowed a tractor to bring them home. They were just all dumped from some building project, and Mike borrowed the tractor from the stables that he helps out at, and we kept collecting them, and he's still collecting them. And we want to do all around our swimming pool. This chill out area, as I've said, there's an area under our bedroom window that's raised up. We want to do a bit there, and Mike's working on doing round one of our outbuildings to make a path. There is a space around it, but it's just earth, so that's what he's doing right now. He's pretty busy at the minute. So that's kind of projects, what we're doing, projects outside at the minute. As I say, I'm just getting back into being able to garden, so just really tidying up everywhere. I notice all my sweet corns coming up, so that's pretty good news, because Did grow sweet corn in the end last year. There was a few kernels left, and I took the seeds of those. So some of those are my seeds, and some are from Josh from In Your Yard Homestead in Australia. Do check his channel out. He's got a completely different concept right now. He's had to move to literally the wilds, as in common land. He's living on common land right now. I suppose that's how you'd say it. So, what do you call it? Like wild camping, like wild camping. So he's making the best of that. So that's very interesting if you want something different. Have you got anything, guys, that you've recycled or salvaged lately? I'm always interested. What we like to do is salvage things, but find a completely different use for it. I know if Shelley's still on, she does that quite a lot. So do check each other's channels out. If you see a name in here that you don't know, you don't need the link, just write the channel name down and then you can type that in later. Meg's is hard to find. When I type just Megan, because I don't use that down the side where you've got the blue dots if someone's posted. I've got over 1,000 people I follow, so I don't bother with that. I just type in, this is why I write your names down, so I don't keep going down that list. So I'll just type in at the top in YouTube thingy, I just type Meg and go and watch Meg's. But Meg, yours is really hard. So if you put a video up in the tag, put Meg as well, and then it'll jump to the top, that video. Shelley says, yes, I find lots of things to repurpose. Put your other channel up, Shelley. Put your I was going to say tag. Put your thingy up. Put your thing. I'm still having trouble with words. At least you can sort of follow what I'm saying. Yeah, put your URL. It's not that. Anyway, put that up, Shelley, because this Off-Grid Whiskey and Sunshine is Shelley and her husband Scott's main channel. They're farming, but they repurpose on that and auction, go to auctions. Oh, I loved it, and things like that. But the one where Shelley gets other things and either just tots them up or makes them into something else, or it's really interesting. So yeah, put that up, Shelley, your other channel. Seeing as your MOD. There it is. There's Shelley's other channel. Repurpose my way. I can't see it all, but I remembered how you put that. So yeah, if any of you have got something that you've just got and made into something else, or whether it just be a craft, or if you go to charity shops and those kind of things, I'd love to be able to do that, but I'm not allowed in anywhere at the minute. Yeah, and you all have garage sales and all that. We don't have anything like that here. No. All we do is find things that's left on the roadside. Yeah. What else? Oh, up and coming is Workaway has come in. Now we're supposed to have two coming, two different ones. One is another internship. I don't know if you remember. I'm just going to get my book of dates. We had an internship, two girls before from France, and they contacted me via Workaway. Shelley said, just started to have garage sales around. It's been nice to check them out. Yeah, that's fun. It's a fun trip out, isn't it? And it's a trip down memory lane sometimes, isn't it, to find things. Yeah, so we had two girls from France before as internship, and they could come on Workaway as long as I set them, because I'm an educator as well, I had to set them coursework and things to do, not just that. And they were here for, I think it was engineering. Ah, hello. That's twice I've seen you today, Jimmy. There we go. Good morning, all. Stop by quickly. I'm at work. The workforce is on YouTube. Yes, definitely. I'm sure that's a memory lane thing. Yeah, cool. Always good to see you. Good to see Meg. It's funny, sometimes I get mixed up in the end because you all jump around channels and, like me, on different people's channels. Sometimes I forget where I got you all from. Pretty sure Meg was from Darian's. Stu Tourist, did you come on mine first or did I go on yours? I can't remember. Can't remember where I knew you from. Shelley? Oh, got no idea, Shelley, where I got you from. I've been with you for quite a long time. Hmm. Yeah, it's always interesting. In fact, I've got a list of my first 100 subscribers in the right order. Yes. Yes. Yeah, mate, Darian. Yeah, I love him. He's so sweet. I just want to hug him. If you meet up with him, Meg, on any of these things, give him a hug and say that's for me. He's so jolly. I just love him. I don't remember either. No, no. I possibly was looking up crafts or something like that. I actually got a feeling I was on your other channel first. Not sure. Anyway, so the um, these workaways coming, the ones coming to learn this time are, whereas the others were engineering but about off-grid and that kind of thing, and I took them to an iron bridge, and Mike's an engineer, so he talked about the bridges and the construction and all that. Oh, thanks there, Jimmy. Thanks. He gives good hugs. Oh, you've met him already? No, no, no fair. He just keeps threatening to come to Cyprus, so we'll see. He might be the first one. I'm really excited to see if anyone gets here. Who would be first? Yeah, so these ones coming are learning agriculture, as in off-grid, living with no money, like agriculture is the future, if you like, in that way. Letting Helen GA in March. Yeah, so that kind of thing. And they specifically have been sent here because we are frugal. So they're learning growing with no money and different methods of growing, that kind of thing, that their tutors have seen the channel and this is where they're coming to. But we have two normal workaways also coming, and they are actually wanting to, they're originally from, where are they from, Mike? Latvia, and they want to come and live here full time and live very much like I do, and would quite like to live in a similar area, if not here. And they've asked me to be like their consultant and be the person who knows what land should really cost, because here rurally particularly you can charge anything for if you're selling your land or your property. There is no fixed price, so you could have two bits of land exactly the same side by side, with or without property, and they could be completely different. One might be giving it away and the other one might be a million. So it's really who they're selling it to. A lot of countries, if you've got views, a property's worth more. Rurally here, no. It's more likely if you've got more productive trees, that's more value. But if someone just wants to get rid of their land, they don't charge per tree. So they're looking to me, these workaways, because obviously I know what things are technically worth. We used to measure land in scalars when we first came, which you probably haven't heard of. And then you did have a rough estimation of price per scala. Obviously, if it's different types of soil, it's of different use to different people. Here you can only build one story, so if you see any houses rurally that's 2 stories, it's legal builds. I would know what they can and can't do. So, and they don't want to go around looking at loads and loads of different things, or someone telling them, oh yeah, this is good, this isn't good. So they've told me all their criteria, and they want me to look for them, narrow it down to really no more than 3 properties or land, and just take them to those ones. And they told me what they want, and they've said, if you were starting again and you had to buy something tomorrow, show us what you would buy, with their budget, obviously. And I think I've got three really good ones lined up already. Obviously, I'm still asking, looking around. That's the other thing. You ask locally, obviously. So that's quite interesting. We've met her already. We Skyped them a long time ago, but we've met her already. She came out a few weeks ago because her cousin was coming out. So she came out with her cousin. She popped in to see us and bought us Latvian liqueur. So that was very nice. And obviously, because cousin was here, we weren't going to talk business. Hello, Ashley. How are you doing? Nice to see you. How are you doing? I know how you're doing. Watch your videos. What are you growing? Anything brand new, Ashley? Are you growing anything new? And that's the other thing with these workaways, that I'm looking for property for them. I'm already growing stuff for them. So olive trees and fig trees I've got ready for them. Lots of things. So if they choose a property that hasn't got much going on, I can start them off. And yeah, so it's pretty cool. Absolutely fine, thanks. And to you, my friend. So that's been quite fun. I'm really hoping the places I'm showing you will let me film, because that would make a smashing episode anyway, or each place as a separate episode. It would make a wonderful video for you to see prices, because I'm not going to show them anything that's a bit overpriced. I'm not going to do that. I'm only going to show them good things. They want options, so I've given them 3 completely different things, but you'll see. Sometimes to just buy land here isn't worth it, in respect of by the time you've got permits and all sorts of other things, in the long run it's going to cost a lot more. So I'm kind of swaying them to, for what they want in the future, if they can do it now, it's better to do it now. So yeah. How long have we been in Cyprus, Mike? June 2005, but not in this house. I've got videos. Yeah, I came out early. I came out in the May. I still remember the alien rose. Last time you asked me, I said I can't get out at the moment because I was ill. I've gone out there. There's everlasting, what's it called? The plant everlasting golden sun or something. I always forget what it's called. And it's grown over it, over where the rose is. And I just pushed that back a little bit, and it's just a normal rose bush. All the bits have fallen off, gone. So there is no update on that, Ashley, other than it is now normal rose bush. Whether they did open out as blooms and now the heads have gone and the next lot's coming through, I'm very sorry, I can't tell you. Oh dear. Yes. Yeah, we lived in fishing village first of all, right over the other side of the island. The village is Ziggy, and that's completely different to when we bought there. It was a sleepy fishing village, and we still got the property there. It's Mike's. That's what he bought first of all, was a holiday home, but we never used it. We decided straight away we were coming straight out, so I wanted a little garden that had a courtyard garden. So it's very nice, and that's what Mike uses for his income. He rents it out very cheaply to keep someone in there, but prices there because they've added shops and all sorts of things now. And they've done a proper beach now because it's right on the sea, and it was rocky. It's a rocky sea. And a marina's been built, but now they've imported sand in. There's a proper beach and a little cafe on the beach. And if you live there, you can use free sunbeds. And it's really good, really good. So yeah, there are videos all about that nearer the beginning of my videos I've ever made, where I talk about how I came to Cyprus and why we chose Cyprus. And I show you inside my house, because you don't really see that, barely. This is this room. You used to see me when I did my first live, still here, but I've got a desk here, and you'd see behind me where you can hear Mike talk. He's in the kitchen. This door goes to the kitchen, and he sits there on his laptop. Yeah, so go back if you want to see my house inside and what we did to this house, because you only really see the outside of it now. So yeah, we've got workaways coming, which means they can do some of my jobs. I want them to cut some of the trees right back on our fence line and some bits and pieces. But that will be great. Looking forward to that. We're hoping to open up our Airbnbs very soon. I did do one in the house, but because of the COVID and all that, obviously I had to stop doing it in the house. So we've still got that page there, but I think if you go on it, it says closed or temporary closed, something like that they put up. But we do have another one ready, which the workaways are going to use. And we have two more potential, or 1/2 more potential ones. But I will do a video on those to update you on all that. We've got quite a few outbuildings here, which is quite nice. Most of them are utilised. Some are being utilised slowly. I mean, you'll see I've got series. I've done one that I call the GoFundMe project. Is a playlist of one of the buildings, outbuildings. And then another one I'm just doing now is I've called that the PayPal project, and that's got its own playlist. And you'll see renovating one of the most derelict parts of our property, which was an old donkey stable. So do check those out. What else? I made some little notes. Yeah, any news? What news have you got, guys? Why not tell everybody in the chat what your next video is about, or if you don't know yet, what you've just put a video up of, what you're working on, what's happening. And don't forget, guys, if you see any channels in my chat that you don't know, just jot their name down and then go check them out later on. And if any of you do lives that I don't happen to come on, if your time matches with Cyprus time, then put those in either the comments below afterwards or in the chat now, because I'm trying to reorganize my lives. Let me just tell you, this chat today for you, just to give you a bearing on my time's difference. So if you're in America, for example, and your live is afternoon, late afternoon, that's probably midnight for me. So this video, this live here, for me, it was 5:30 p.m. The same time this live for Central is 9:30 a.m. for example. So I am basically, I believe, 10 hours ahead of P.S.T, 8 hours ahead of Central, and 7 hours ahead of B.S.T. And I'm behind Australia by 6.5 hours. England, I'm 2 hours ahead of, because I'm G.M.T +2. So if you've got a live that works with that, who's on now? I'll tell you who I've got of who's on now. I think the only one I've actually got on my new list that I'm making that's on now is Astute Tourist. And I believe for me, you was today, because I watched it, but I wasn't sure what time you started, so I'm assuming you was 1 p.m. my time. So I've got you down. Anyone else? I haven't got your times on my new list. I've got Darian's. So if any of you do lists, lives, let me know. I don't believe Ashley does lives. I could be wrong. Tell me I'm wrong, Ashley. Now yours I could watch. Your times. Meg has a new train video coming out Friday afternoon. Ah, you said it was 2 p.m. your time when I'm live, 6:20 EST. Right, your EST. Did I just say EST was for me? I'm 7 hours ahead. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Did I just say 12? 1:20. That would be for me, I believe. Then if you're 6:20, righty ho. What I normally do when I've got a query, I then come on a bit early and see if someone's got one on that I think's on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Shelley's lives don't compute with me. Okay, yes, that makes sense. Yeah, see, I have to count my fingers. Yeah, I'm just trying to get them worked out. And then what I want to do is do a proper calendar. I have this, but this is me trying to work things out. This is my life at the moment. So what I'm doing, I'm slowly writing at the top just for now, briefly. And I thought, no, don't get mixed up. So I've got another bit of paper here, trying to work it out on top of my calendar. And then I want to do one of these pages. Ding! And put everyone's in the right order. That's why I don't want to do it till I'm done. So yeah, this is my life right now. I like using highlighters and colours. It helps. I'm a visual person, which is why I can't do audio stories, books and things. Oh dear. Ashley said, I had to jack up my shed to replace some timber and came across a snail graveyard, thousands of them. Oh, here, when I find the big snails, I don't know what they're called, I'm not a snail person, the big ones, we can bag them up and sell them to the restaurants. So it's the big ones, and they're actually worth a lot of money because it's the weight of them. And we did used to do that, and I did actually start on a very small scale a snail farm because I thought, hold on, if you can do that. But my goodness, that was a lot of work. You have to deal with them every single day, and they smell quickly. You have to clean them all out, and it was too much work. I've seen snail farms where they don't do all that, but obviously here, particularly the I suppose hygiene laws, because it's food, you'd have to do it properly. So I don't know how these great big snail farms work, and they don't clean it out, and you have to keep feeding them, and I gave up with that. And the connection was who I was selling them to, the restaurant. That stopped being a restaurant. But yeah, you want to find out? We found loads of the what's the snails with the little cone, the small cone shell. And we have loads of those stuck up one of the outbuildings. We've got a patio door on it, all glass, and they're often all up there. We have those and baby ones, and yeah, it's not a snail farm, Ashley. Oh dear. Yeah, they're everywhere. Our worst problem is slugs because obviously we water pots and they're underneath the pots, and because they use the pet food bags. Yeah. If I could have sold those, I could retire to Cyprus. Well, two things. One, good relocator. Hello. I think he was on when I was talking about that. I'm doing relocating. So yeah. And secondly, I have accommodation if you just want to come along. Do like a workaway. Don't book it through workaway, but just come, help me in the garden a little bit. You'll be an asset. Couple of hours, come and do a little bit of work, Ashley, and then you can have a free bed in your own accommodation on my land. We don't feed workaways. I've spoken about this before. If you ask for 3 hours or less help a day, only 5 days a week, not weekends. If you ask for less than 3 hours or 3 hours or less, you don't have to feed them or provide food. If you ask for more hours, then you have to feed them. Have to run back to work. Great stream, Dawn. Oh, thank you very much. I'll see you all later. Yeah, and I've got you on my list. So if I don't come to you, I've not looked at my list for the day or I'm busy doing something. But I will be there, Jimmy. Thank you very much. That was great, you're live today. Hope other people will pop on there. Now we all know your time. Yeah, so I appreciate you too. Thank you for being here. That was really nice. Thank you. Look out for me in your comments on your channel because I've got you down on this list. Yes, I will be there. This YouTube life's so busy. Yeah, so workaways, and we actually provide what I categorise as good accommodation. You could go to some workaways and you get less than a tent. I've seen somewhere it's literally like a gazebo with sheeting round. You'll get some of that. Some offer dormitories style, which basically means they could have 20 or so workaways at one time, and you all have to share that, clean up, wash up after each other, all that. We only have for workaway either a solo traveller or a couple who are booking together to come at any one time. So it's like a private holiday basically. And I said 3 hours for two reasons. One, because we can't afford to feed them. We eat what we grow and not much else, a few basic things. So I can't afford to feed other people. But also because I want people to come here to experience Cyprus. So it's like a cheap holiday. So they do 3 hours in the morning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then they're free to go off and see Cyprus and whatever they want to do. So it really is a cheap holiday, and I want them to experience the real Cyprus. So by seeing the land and how we live for not a lot, I think that helps. A lot of workaways have come to learn skills from us, as I say, the engineering side from Mike, or to look at off-grid, how you can do it cheaply, all these kind of things. Some have just come for a cheap holiday. Some have come to see if they like this kind of lifestyle, whether it is the dream or whether it's a fantasy for them. They think they want it, but could they live like that? That kind of thing. So I really enjoy doing that, and because we can't travel anymore, we don't have passports anymore, can't afford to keep them anyway. It's good for people to bring their country to us. But I tell them all, bring photos and talk about your country, that kind of thing. So yeah, I really, really enjoy that. I think that's really good. I enjoy workaway. I have done videos on it. If you're interested where you live, that you want help, and it doesn't have to be just garden help. You fill in a profile, it's really easy. You put a few pictures up and you say what you want help with. You could be somebody that's got physical problems and you just need bits and pieces done around your home. Hello there. Hi there. I'm just writing your name down so I make sure I come back and visit your channel. Chris and Larry. And who have we got here? Chris or Larry or both? Yeah, I'm looking at more Arizona videos. Any more YouTube ones? I've got about 6 I watch now because you're mostly deserty and that's how we have our weather in the summer. So I feel if you can grow it and it lives, I can grow it. I'd like some more exotic-y type fruits and that. So, what's the most kind of exotic-y thing you grow there, guys? I've got papaya. I've tried to grow pawpaw. Josh sent me some pawpaw um, seeds. I can't get them to grow. I soaked them. Also saying that, the last ones I put in a little pot, and there is two little green shoots. Yes, they might be coming up. Rhubarb grows well. Oh, Mike would love to grow rhubarb. That's something we really want to grow. So that should grow really well here. Mike is really desperate for rhubarb. I would grow that as a start though. Do you grow it from seed? How do you get the seeds of rhubarb, or is it cuttings? So where did the first rhubarb plant come from? Educate me on rhubarb. What I want to do is save up some. I've been getting some super chats recently, and I'd like to save that money and go when we're allowed out. Go and buy some. We want some more peach trees, um, and start things that I'm not one to go out and buy starting plants, but trees and I think rhubarb. And we want soft fruits. We haven't got anything like strawberries, blackberries, raspberries. I really want those. Mike wants a rhubarb. And one of my Aussie friends has got video. She makes champagne rhubarb champagne. Bought plants years ago. They come back every year. Yeah, I'm really into things that do that. And I think they last forever, don't they, pretty much? My dad always grew rhubarb, and he never did that. Do you do that where you have the special container and that? He never did that. He just put it in the ground. That was in England, and it just grew. It just grew. Have you got an actual video on growing rhubarb? If you have, I will. I will try and find it. If you've got it in a playlist or something, tell me what the playlist is. Or if you just go, yeah, I've got it somewhere. If you've got on rhubarb, I will definitely have a look at that. Yeah, as I say, I really want soft fruits, but that's something I would buy from starters. Oh, Ashley, I do like Ashley, guys. If you don't know Ashley, guys, channel, he really brightens my day. Ashley's allotment diary. His weeds come back every year. Do you actually eat any of your weeds? I've learnt so much that I can eat here. I don't know if any of you guys saw a long time ago, I had a workaway that came here, or was it a guest? Might be an Airbnb guest. And he was a chef, a top chef. I think he was a Michelin chef. And it was just pre this season, so it was spring, and we had the weeds up everywhere. And he said, "Oh, I love this. I love this." And I was just learning then what everything was. And he said, "I can cook you a whole meal from the garden, from the weeds, not my veg." And he said, "If you allow me to come, and because they can't use our cooker and everything, they have their own cooker. If you let me come up and use your cooker and everything, um, I will cook you and Mike a meal if we can have it with you." And he literally went round, he taught me a few more bits. And if you notice on my channel, I do actually now go through each weed and wildflower. I'm doing a separate video on every single one. So slowly. Oh, Ashley's tempted to try dandelion honey because Chris and Larry eat their dandelion weeds. Now I've done a video, I believe it's on my other channel, which is linked below, Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty, and I made coffee from the dandelion roots. If you don't know how to do that, I expect you do if you're into that kind of thing. But I made, and I show, I think it's 3 different ways. So if you're like camping, there's a way to prep it. If you've got like a, what's it called, pestle, mortar and pestle. that, and then if you've got like a grinder, so whatever you've got, because obviously we're off grid, so we can't use too many electrical devices all at once, all these draining things. Yes. Ooh, Chris and Larry, do you do, I need to come and look more at your channel. Do you do wild things? Yes, I need to come and look at yours. So actually, what's your most exotic thing, would you say, that you grow? Remind me which part of England you're in. I've asked you before and I've forgotten. You're south? Are you Bournemouth? Why am I thinking you're in Bournemouth? Why am I thinking you're in Bournemouth? You're not up by Blue. Blue's north. I don't think you're Bournemouth. Oh, Darian, I've been talking about you on this live with Meg. Oops. Hope you've only just tuned in. Oh, she knows something I want to do to you. You're going to have to play it back now. No, you'll be like, Meg, what's Dawn been saying? Bournemouth. There you go. I was right. I was right. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, there you go, Meg. Don't tell him, Meg, what I was asking, what I said I need to do to him. Make him go back and watch the beginning. It wasn't right at the beginning, was it? It was a way down. Oh, dear. I feel like we've got Darian's show here now. Yeah, Bournemouth. My place I nearly moved to, it was either moving, well, two places, but one was Brighton before I came here, but people have told me it's not so good there now. I love Brighton Pier, I love the lanes, I love Brighton. Laugh out loud. It wasn't bad. No, it wasn't bad. No, it was something nice, and I'm a bit annoyed with Meg now because she's done it, Darian. Meg's done it, and I want to do it. But we're saying, I'm hoping, it looks like you keep talking about coming here. Hoping it would be great if you are the first one, if anyone else doesn't beat you. We've got accommodation ready. We could do a live together. Because I just do the press on the webcam and come up live, so I'm not doing StreamYard or anything. Oh dear. Oh, how do everyone you as well, Meg? So yeah, if you guys want to share anything you've just put a video up, or if you've got a live time you want to stick up there, then stick it up, or tell everyone about your channel if you don't know each other. Love to do a live together. That would be fun. It would. And let's say you come here, I could sit here and say, oh, I like Darren's channel. Oh, it'd be really nice if he was here. And he is. That would be fun. But you'd have to speak Cypriot, Darian, because you make us all speak German on yours. So you have to speak Cypriot, not Greek, remember? Yes. So, yes. I have got a video on this channel that explains the difference between Cyprus and Greece and why we speak Cypriot. We don't speak Greek, although we do speak Greek as well. But that's not the language of Cyprus. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I can't wait till someone comes here for the first one. But you're going to have to put up with content on your channel as well. 2 weeks in Cyprus. That would be cool. That really would be fun. I can't wait to see who gets here first. That would be the highlight of my YouTube, I think. We'll say, oh, first 100. No, we start off saying, oh, someone's watched my channel. We all remember those days. Oh, and I don't have family that watches my channel, and I don't have people in my country that, oh, someone in my country, I'll watch that one. It's just little bitty bee. Let's go. Yeah. What, you bring Meg? Okay, Meg, thanks a lot. It's been fun as always. Check out your video. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah. I've got to be careful because Darian will bring a whole crew over. Oh dear, bring tents, bring tents. Oh dear. um, yeah, let's do it. Why not? Why not? That would be so funny. At least I know what Meg looks like now. Oh dear, that was when she came on Darren's channel. Yeah, so I got to know what Meg looked like. It helps. I don't know if any of you guys do it, but if you watch a channel and they chat, you're chatting to each other, but there's no picture or they haven't got content, I kind of make assumptions in my head, and then all of a sudden they do a video, let's say, or pop up or so. I was like, oh my goodness, I thought you was completely different age or look completely different. It's never what you think. Ashley has fox cubs near his shed, 5 of them. My shed in England, I had a badger set underneath. That was pretty cool. That was really cool. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, Meg's got rain. We don't have rain here till November. We might get an odd day, but it's not like it might rain tomorrow, it might rain tomorrow. Not very likely. Not very much now. So let's see. I think we're finished soon because what have I done? 1.5 hours nearly. So we do 10 more minutes and that'll be 1.5 hours. So we do a little bit more, some more people have come. Anything particular, guys, you want me to actually do a video on? I do quite varied things. I do animals and I do chit chats about certain things. I've said before why I do like the fires and the earthquakes and things like that, because as I've spoken earlier in this video, I'm doing relocation work for people now, unpaid, I must say, just helping people as I do, and I want them to know the real side. I was watching a video of someone moving to Portugal, and they said, "Oh, it's sunny the whole year," because a lot of YouTubers only put that side of it out, and they're like, "Oh, it's been raining all the time," and da, da, da. So I want to put the real side out as well. So I do that. Yes, I do animals. I do projects. I do salvage. Do a bit around the house. Obviously, there's a lot more homesteading. I never meant to do growing and homesteading. It kind of just happened. There were olive trees here, so I learned about that. And I thought, I'll grow a few things. I was never looking to grow things, but by golly, I'm glad I did, because obviously with the way the world went and everything. So yeah, I'm accidental homesteader, I suppose you would call me. Normally people look for land to grow. No, we just came here to chill out, really. But as things turned out, really good it was off grid, because I don't work now, and really good that we can grow our own. And I love doing it. It's something, but I've never grown before. So some people go, "Oh, you really know what you're doing." No, I look up lots of videos. I look up how to do things. There's a lot of channels out there say do it this way and another says this way. Take it all in. Some might be right, some might be wrong, some might just be different methods. I suck it all in and I either do it my own way or I do a combination or I adapt. I like to think I'm an adapter in life. Sorry. Oh, Darren, you're so funny. He wants a video on the ice cream in Cyprus. Yes, we know that. We know you would like that. Yes. Oh dear. I've got I was thinking actually today I need to do some more Cyprus foods videos. I've done some recipes how to make different foods in Cyprus. but I need to do more videos of that. This is for okay, Chris and Larry. Oh dear, that's for Darian. You have to go on his channel if you don't know what that's about. Yes, I'm in Cyprus. Do you know what? I'm going to make a note of that. Ice cream. Ice cream in Cyprus. Oh, it's lovely. It's made with proper double cream. Oh, and I was saying the other day to somebody, it's a bit strange really, because in England, when you have flavours, you might have, say, red for strawberry or raspberry and brown for chocolate or coffee. So you know from a colour what something is. And the ice cream here, I was like, oh, mint, green. In England, mint ice cream, it's green, green on the package. And it's pistachio. I don't know. That would be great. You like my outdoor videos? What, my walks or what? Because I've got a whole playlist of the walks around this area. I want to do more on the abandoned stone houses here. I've done a few of those. I want to do some more on that. Oh dear, that's so funny. Yeah, I do try and do a bit varied, and sometimes, like now, let's say there's a lot more growing because it's that time and there's a lot to plant out and that kind of thing. So I do watch after a few of those. I think, oh, hold on, throw something else in, because not everyone's into growing and homesteading. All of them. Oh, I love you, Meg. That's nice. All of them. Oh, yeah. Here we go. That's for Darian. Uh, spaghetti ice. Spaghetti ice. Did somebody say spaghetti ice? Yes, I did. Me. Oh dear. Yeah. So I've got a few things coming up. As I say, I'm trying to do some different stuff or things I've neglected a little bit. Did somebody say spaghetti ice? Yes. Fresh. I think we're on the wrong channel now. That's why I did initially try and do StreamYard, because this would be great now. We just come on and we can just keep saying spaghetti ice and things. But fresh. um, but when I first went on to StreamYard, I'd set it all up and I'd read all about it and I was pretty confident to go on it and knew what all the buttons were. And when I first went on it a long time ago, when I did my first live, it's the screen suddenly changed. It sort of, your screen sometimes flips, and it said, right, press to go live, and it was this. I was like, hold on, it's thrown me onto YouTube, because StreamYard's nothing to do with YouTube, is it? And it threw me onto here. So I carried on, got on with the live. And then I can't remember, I tried a second time. It was a thumbnail. I said something about trying to go on StreamYard again. He did the same thing. I was like, oh. To be honest with you, it was a time where there was a lot of bots and things going on anyway, and they were searching StreamYard particularly. There was a big thing in StreamYard because a lot of people were going over that way. I was like, this is all right. And you don't offend anyone by not letting them on. Go, guys. Being stared at by my dog. I know what that means. Yeah, nice to see you, Ashley. Yeah, it's 1.5 almost. I want to end with a little quote, little life quote. Don't forget, guys, make sure you come on my Monday one, where it's more fun and jokes and things as well. Same time as this one. If you don't know what time it starts, look in the description below this video. Don't forget to add a comment in the description below as well if you enjoyed it, and tell me what bit you like best, because that helps me give you better lives next time. So my life quote to finish with is, Difficult roads in life often lead to beautiful destinations. Oh, Rally's there just as we're going. There you are. Put you down so I'll make sure I pop in there. So yeah, I would agree with that. Difficult roads in life leads to beautiful destinations. And I'm going to try and always remember to finish with a quote on this one. So thank you so much for coming here. We've had a really wonderful time. Well, I have anyway. I was watching earlier, just finally got my email sent for the day. Yeah. So thank you so much, guys. I really, really do appreciate you coming on. It's really fun. All the best to you and see you next time. Unless I see you on your channel first. Bye for now, guys.